Good afternoon guys, and this is Tech. So today in the series I call it What's in the Box, where I do unboxing. And today in my hand right here is called the KZ Z1 Pro. As you can see, it is from KZ. Why people ask me to review this, it is because what the fuck? And some of you may ask, why are you reviewing this? Because some of you noticed that in the last time when I was reviewing the KZ SKS, I call it the best sounding earbud ever, and they noticed the design of the KZ1, it's very similar. So the Z1 better or the SKS better? Without further ado, let's move to the unboxing. So before we move on, let's have a quick rundown of the specs right here. It has game mode, Bluetooth 5.2 and IPX 6 water resistance. And if you want to read more of the specs, you can pause the video. Now let's move on. Simple design with simple casing. Just open the lid and you will get the case. It's a bit tight. Okay, I can see why they want to compare with the SKS right here. It's basically like a twin right now. So we will put this aside first. There is a Type-C cable. There is the large and the small tip instruction manual and the warranty card. Other than that, there's nothing else to see. So unboxing done. We can see side by side with the Z1 Pro to the SKS. It has exactly identical box with the identical charging port right here, which is Type-C, except one is black, one is blue. And if we open this up, we can clearly see it has the exact same dimension and the looks. Even the battery capacity is the same at 400 mAh. The only telltale to see the difference is the fact that it has the KZ logo right here and there is the word restart right here. So that's the only two difference. So the different and there's also a battery indicator right here as well. Orange means above 50% battery and red means is below 50% battery. Alright, so as you can see right now, right here, it has the blue light green indicator right here and the orange indicator right here. And they are interchangeable. If you can see right now, as I connect it to the box, it charges, both of them charges. So yeah, quite interesting right there. And if you can see the earbuds right here, they are pretty much identical. They are actually looks almost the same. Where the pogo pins are right here, there's a arch right at the back. Right on the earbuds, it's almost the same. Is the same material with a metal grill, and pretty much is identical. So I don't know how to tell, other than it says right here hybrid technology, and here it says Z1 Pro New Dynamic. So in terms of earbuds, both are exactly the same. But in terms of the battery capacity is almost identical. So it's gonna be down to the sound quality. That's all from the unboxing part. So other than that, we are going to move on to the weighing test. Okay, so now we're gonna see whether it weighs the same. It says right here it's about 53.9, and this box is about 52.9, so it's about a gram lighter. And the earbuds is about 4.4 compared to the 4.3, so it's about relatively the same. So I guess they are about the same, but how the sound quality like, we will have to find out in the next segment. Alright, so now this is the mic test. I'm going to play a crop sound right now. This is playing in front of my TV at 50% volume. So is it, can you pick up my voice, or is it too loud for the mic to pick up my voice? Okay, so now we move on to the wind test. Now I'm standing right in front of the fan. Can you hear me, or the wind is too loud for you? Okay, so now we move on to the neutral space where there is barely any sound. What do you think about the mic? Is it good? Is it bad? Tell me in the description down below. Now it's time for the SKS. So now we are playing the crowd sound in the TV at 50% volume. So what do you think about the sound quality? Is it good? Is it bad? Or is it too loud for the crowd sound? Alright, so now we move on to the wind test. And I am standing right in front of my fan. So can my voice still be picked up, or too loud? Okay, so now we move on to the more neutral sounding where there's barely any sound. And is it better than the KZ Pro, or is it worse? So that's all for me. Alright guys, so now I connected to my KZ Pro. So what do you think about the sound quality when it is connected to my Legend? Alright, so now I'm going to switch the mic to the SKS. Okay, so now I'm connected to the SKS mic. So what do you think about the mic? Is it good? Is it bad? Tell me in the description down below. Alright, so all of the tests has been done. The mic test, the quick latency test, and the mic test. At the end of the day, The question is, aren't they the same? The short answer is no. Because I can safely say that the Z1 Pro, it is the inferior version of the SKS. It is not only in terms of pricing, it is also in battery endurance. I have tested a few times and all of them managed to last about 3 hours plus, and you can see a screenshot right here. It is about 3 hours and 18 minutes if you want the more precise timing, compared to the last episode I have tested the SKS, which lasted about 4 hours and 31 minutes. So clearly the earbud here has a very weak battery, and mainly due to the fact that the QCC 3040 it is a more efficient chip, so that's why it can boost the endurance a bit longer than the Z1 Pro, which only has AAC and SBC. So speaking of about AAC and SBC, the latency test, it still shows that the SKS has the slight edge overall because of the Aptx, and the high performance mode managed to attain on an average of 262 milliseconds in my quick test, which is way better than the Z1 Pro with its best of only 374.7 milliseconds at its best, which is using the SBC in high performance mode. If you are going to skip out of the price, you need to bear in mind you have a weaker battery, higher latency earbud, and also in terms of mic quality also, it wasn't the greatest. And for some reason, when I try the mic test on Mobile Legend, these two are quite comparable, except for SKS tends to reduce the volume of your vocals for some reason. I have no idea. I have also tested a bit of Discord call with my friends, and it seems that in terms of the sound quality, when talking to your friends, it's more clearer talking to the Z1 Pro than the SKS. I'm not sure what's the reason, but it is what it is. So anyway, in terms of volume wise, the loudness, the SKS is slightly louder than the Z1 Pro, because when I play up to 50% volume, it's almost unbearable when I listen to music. While the Z1 Pro, the volume at 50% was still tolerable, and I can crank it up slightly higher before it was too loud for me. So yeah. So if you want to know what are the controls for the Z1 Pro, it is right there. Yeah, it's the same as the SKS, which is one tap to play, one tap to pause, double tap to go to the next song or the previous song, and long press to call the AI assistant. So at the end of the day, some of you may ask, no one asked you, what's the point of buying the Z1 Pro? The only upside of buying the Z1 Pro is because it is almost half the price of the SKS, but you still get the high performance mode. You also still have almost the same music experience as the SKS, and it is also more water resistant compared to the SKS. So if you are willing to compromise the better latency, the Aptx, and the longer battery endurance, sure, this Z1 Pro, it is a good buy. Money wasn't an issue, and you had a choice between the Z1 Pro and the SKS. It's obvious, SKS would be the winner. So if you are interested in buying either the Z1 Pro or the SKS, there is a link in the description down below, and buying from the link that I give will help me to get some commission without adding cost to you. And also, if you like this kind of video and you wish to see more, do hit the like button. And also, don't forget to subscribe to me. And that's all from me. This is Nash, and I'll catch you all next time. See ya.